Tonight on Stettin Public Radio, we talk with Tabudi about the flood of immigrants that have been pouring into the country lately. Then we'll listen to Commandant Geraldo, who is pushing for a return to martial law in the city of Stettin. And then finally, we have an interview with a member of the National Griefer Party. This ought to be a very interesting night. Now, you folks at home may not realize this. Well, what am I saying? Of course you don't realize this. SPR is now being recorded in front of a live studio audience. Not only that, but we're doing this from our brand new station building just constructed this week, actually. Anyways, let's look at a brief recap of the week's news. Early Monday morning, gypsy riots broke out throughout the streets, smashing windows and raiding stores all throughout the day. When questioned on the matter, one gypsy had this to say:
"All your blocks, they belong to me."
The same gypsy was later found bathing in a bath filled with cobblestone and iron. He was then subsequently cornered by an angry mob of miners and promptly beaten to death. Alright, now we go to Sunny D, who's in the city of Opticraft right now, to tell us about the heightened levels of immigration that we're currently experiencing. Sunny?
Listen up, I'm here with you live at Opticraft train station. Ever since the discovery of the jungles, and also due to the superb reputation of our country, a surge of immigrants have been flooding these train stations. Even though our beloved homeland could use the manpower it's getting from the surge of immigrants, 2 out of 10 of these immigrants are actually griefers. The AGO, anti-griefing organization, has voiced concerns over the high number of griefers that have smuggled their way amongst the other immigrants.
Thankfully the AGO didn't sit back and complain like the other groups do, am I right?
Correct. As a matter of fact, the AGO have worked with the country's government and have had the authorities set up so-called grief traps.
So how do these grief traps work?
Well, the way they work is that once the victim starts to vandalize these fake structures, the floor under them will open up and send the griefer straight to the griefer compound of the Stettin National Dungeon.
That's very interesting, Sonny. Thank you for your time.
Anytime.
You're listening to SPR. And now a word from our sponsors.
Tell me, Jim, where do you usually buy your food? Why, at the market, of course. Well, now you have a new source of fresh produce. Really? Where? Why, Jim, it's in the Hidden Valley, of course. The Hidden Valley of Cubes. Aw, no way. Yes way, Jim. The Hidden Valley carries all of your favorite items. Pork chops, steak, bread, melons, and for kinky eaters among us, spider eggs. That's awesome! It gets better, Jim. Due to revolutionized farming techniques, all of these wonderful things can be brought to you at affordable prices. Shut up and take my money! Will do, Jim. Will do. Hidden Valley of Cubes. So good it'll make you go, mmm.
Alright, next up we're going to listen to the speech Commandant Geraldo gave this evening on the steps of the Capitol building concerning the state of the city.
The griefing problem has escalated. The city council is far too peaceful. It has proven to be utterly worthless, as it can only report but not prevent griefs. There is only one solution, and that is to reimpose martial law as soon as possible, in order to completely ensure that we can stop the griefers from committing their crimes before it's too late. It's obvious that only the military can completely restore peace and order to the city of Stettin.
Commandant Geraldo is the leading member of the military council. Despite his fervent support for returning to martial law, the other 5 councils are still very much against it, so we'll have to see how that turns out in the coming months. Alright, so tonight I have a very special guest in the studio with me tonight, so let's go over to him now. Now, your name is NoobPoner49, is that correct?
Yes, that is correct.
Now, NoobPoner, how long have you been a member of the National Griefer Party?
Yeah, I joined about a year ago.
Did you have any prior experience before signing up?
Yes, well, back in college, I majored in dirt hovel and wooden shack construction. You've probably seen my work before.
What is your position within the party?
I lead the Northtown activist team.
Northtown. you say?
Yes, that's correct.
One moment, please. Alright, sorry about that. Now, what does the Northtown activist team do exactly?
Well, you've seen the area around Northtown, right?
Yes.
That's all us.
I see. All of it?
Yes, even the water griefing.
He's over here!
What is the meaning of this?
We're hauling you off, noob poner. Off to the griefer compound of the National Dungeon.
You can't. This is an outrage.
An outrage? An outrage? You know it's a bloody outrage, having to deal with you digging death holes all over the place, smashing up the buildings, breaking windows, stealing flowers, vandalizing my goddamn umbrellas, thieving the precious blocks, leaving floating trees everywhere, sprouting up your shit shacks all over the place, erasing the signs all the time, and worst of all, stealing the snow off my goddamn igloo. It's made of snow. You can't do that. Actually, what will be more outrageous than that is how much I'll laugh as I watch you burn in griefer hell.
Damn you!
Take 'em away, boys. Take 'em away. For those of you who may not know it, the griefer compound in our national dungeon is a very unique institution. We find that simple punishment does not suffice, so instead we've opted for more of a corrective program. The griefers get up bright and early around 7 o'clock and have a nice hearty breakfast of melon and bread. Then they go outside and are forced to build lovely buildings all day. Most of them can't handle it. Suicide rates are particularly high in the first month, but the ones who make it through the program come out changed men, I tell you. And when they do get released, we put them into one of many community assisted teams. My favorite is the Flower Brigade, which just wanders around planting flowers and nothing else. Alright. Booty, hit the music. Right, well, that's it for this evening. Glad to have you all with us again for another smashing SPR broadcast. I'd also like to take this time to thank everyone that's donated to the show so far, especially Impish Monkey, who gave us a rather hefty amount of cobblestone. Okay, well, this is your host Zeznov, signing off.